Alright, I'm going to make a short video on a variant tactic, something that occurred to me with this current version of Sisters, Adepta Sororitas, that wasn't in the real previous version, and that's the Sororitas Command Squad combat group. So if you take a Canoness, then you can take the Sororitas Command Squad. And I previously really thought of them as Retributors, stand-in for Retributors, because they can get 4 heavy weapons. But they're actually pretty solid in combat, other than their initiative. And we'll address all this in a second. But you get 5 Celestins in that command squad, and you can convert one of them to a hospitaler to give the whole squad feel no pain. You might want to do that. You gotta consider what you're gonna do there, but that's an option. So if you do that, you get those 5 girls. Whether you convert one over to a hospital or not is up to you. But one of their options, instead of taking really good shooting weapons, is you can give them all power weapons. So let's see you're fielding 5 girls, and if you're in games that have an awful lot of Terminators, you need to deal with armor value 2. Maybe you want to be able to deal with armor value 2 in combat for some reason. These girls might not be a bad option because you can give them power axes. You could also give them power mauls, which makes them strength 5. Regardless, they're not bad in combat with this Canoness, or with a priest, or with Saint Celestine, or all together. They're actually a pretty solid combat squad. They don't have the initiative of Death Cult Assassins, but they do have weapon skill 4, so they're on par with Space Marines. If you give them power axes, they're striking at initiative 1, but they were going to strike at initiative 1 if they were anything else with a power axe. So you could give them 5 power weapons, or you could give them 4 power weapons and feel no pain, however you want to do it. They have assault grenades. They actually have a useful act of faith in that if you just have the command squad, they're going to get fleet, move through cover, and crusade, which is useful if they want to just, charge into someone somewhere on the table. If they have that Canoness with them, they get hatred, but just add a priest and they automatically have hatred and fearless. I would probably suggest you take the priest, but that's really up to you, because he makes them fearless and he's got some decent boosts to their abilities. If you want, you can always stick them with Saint Celestine. She's pretty good in close combat. Or if you have the Canoness and you're intending to do this as a close combat variant, then you take her and you upgrade her weapons to power weapons also, and you can give her 2, because you can replace her bolt pistol with the power weapon, and then you could replace her chain sword with a power weapon, or you could give her 2 pistols or something so that she's pretty good in close combat. And with some of the relics, she's got rerollable wounds and ignoring instant death by having Eternal Warrior, then she really boosts the abilities of the squad. This is also a squad where you could take Uriah Jacobus and make the squad pretty useful, because he boosts the combat abilities of a squad also. So something to think about with the new Sisters is that this Sororitas Command Squad can replace your Death Cult Assassin Squad in terms of taking down Terminators, because you could give them 5 power axes. And if you took the Canoness, you could give them 7 power axes if you gave her 2. And if you had a priest, he can get smashed, so he's AP 2. And if you had Saint Celestine with them, she's AP 3, so not as good. The downside to this is vehicles. You can't put Saint Celestine in any of the Sisters' vehicles because she's bulky, but everyone else could be put in a vehicle. You could put him in an Immolator or a Rhino, and go from there. So, short variant tactic, the Assault Sororitas Command Squad.